Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Perceptionist Playbook Podcast. Woo! So, I'm your host, Abisola, and I am the host here at the Perceptionist Playbook Podcast. We're back, guys. Yes, we are back. It is not a prank. It's not a spoof. We are actually genuinely back. Okay, and we're not playing. We mean business this season. So season three. What are we doing in season 3? That is the real question. Season 3 is an exciting one. I'm definitely excited to kind of delve deep, go beneath the surface, and talk about what's going to be going on season 3 of the podcast. Season 3 is an exciting one, and I actually had an initial idea of what I was going to do for season 3, but then it kind of changed as I started speaking to my guests, my future guests. Yes, I'm going to have multiple guests on this season, and I'm very, very excited about that. So season 3 has a one-word title: pivot. Yeah, pivot. I know you're like, okay, what's so exciting about that? Well, I feel like everybody in life has gone through at some point a huge life pivot. That pivot could be in your personal life, in your career, in your business, in your educational journey. There are many reasons why people go through pivots and experience huge pivots in their lives. This could be dramatic life changes that force you to take a new path that you never considered until the huge pivot or the huge change came along. This could be a change in your environment, in your work environment, your living environment, your life environment, your mental environment. It could come in many shapes and sizes, essentially. And so that's what we're going to be delving into this season: the huge word pivot. What does it mean to pivot? How do I pivot? What is the end goal of pivoting? How do you react when the pivot comes to you? How do you take yourself to the pivot? How do you decide that you want to change and you want to pivot in your life? What does the end result of a successful pivot look like? I'm going to be delving into all of these conversations with my amazing, esteemed guests this season. So stay tuned. Make sure you're liking, following, and subscribing so that you are ready for all of the goss, all of the tea, all of the exciting chats that are going to come out of this platform this season. I'm excited to host you guys. The first question is, where have I been? Let's just address the elephant in the room. Where have I been? I've been here, guys. I've been here, Sha. I've been doing me. I've been chilling. I've been doing life. So life doesn't do me. That is what I love to say. But I've actually been just enjoying life. I've been enjoying my career. I am still a senior UI designer at the time of filming this video, and I'm excited. I'm loving it. I love the company that I work for. I love the people that I work with. Everything right now in my life just kind of feels right. It kind of feels exciting. It kind of feels like it's making sense. And I am somebody who has gone through a lot of pivots in my life. But I'm going to focus on pivots that have specifically influenced my career journey and how I've gotten to this point where I am now. I have experienced what I would say, or what I would call involuntary pivots, which basically means that these were pivots that I did not ask for. I didn't ask to change my career. I didn't ask to change my life plan. I just feel like the saying goes, man plans and God laughs. That is pretty much the story of my life. Every time I've made a plan, I feel like God has come in like, ha, ha, ha. Anyways, next. And replaced my plans with his plans. So, which I'm completely open to. I'm completely fine with. I've signed up for that life. So I'm very happy to do that. Make sure you come back for episode 2 where I talk about all of the pivots that I've been through in my personal life and how pivoting has affected me and change has affected me, but how I've overcome every boundary and every obstacle and come to this place where I am now, where I'm a confident, career-driven woman who is excited for what lies ahead. We can't talk about pivoting without understanding what the word pivot means. So I thought I'd do what everybody else would do. Go to Google. So let's go there. Let's see what Google has to say about the word pivot. So Google defines the word pivot the word pivot, as especially in a business context, completely change the way in which one does something. That is the definition, according to Google, of pivot. I also found this definition on Merriam-Webster, and the question is, what do people mean when they say the word pivot? Let's see. Pivoting means to adapt or improve by adjusting or modifying something, such as a product, service, or strategy. So the word pivot can basically mean change. It means to move in a new direction. It means to make a sudden dramatic change. Sometimes a pivot is necessary when you see that things aren't really going the way that they should be going, when you've tried to do the same thing 1,000 times and it has not worked. There's a lot of reasons why a lot of people would pivot. And I think in 2025, pivoting is a skill that you need to be able to do very, very well. Adapting to change, adapting to changing environments is something that the higher up you get in your career, your education level, or even your business, you definitely need to be somebody who has thick skin, who is able to pivot, move with the changing environment very, very quickly, especially considering technology and how things are changing. I mean, TikTok was not a thing, 10 plus years ago. There was a time where Instagram was the hot thing or Snapchat was the hot thing, and now TikTok has taken over. There was a time where Vine was the hot thing. Who remembers Vine? Yeah, those were the good old days. There was a time where Vine was a thing, and now literally, who even knows what Vine is? Vine is no longer with us. RIP to that man. But I think that's a perfect example of why it's important to pivot, because we don't know how long we have as a business owner, as a career-driven person, in any facet of life. You don't know how long you have in the position that you are. So you should always be ready for change, and also make room for change. Sometimes you actually have to welcome change before it gets to you, so that when it does come, it doesn't overwhelm you. Because one thing's for certain, change is coming regardless. Okay, let's make one thing clear. This month, I'll be talking all about pivoting, changing environments, and what it means to go through change, huge drastic changes, maybe mini changes that you have brought on yourself, changes that just came at you, child. And yeah, we're going to explore what all of that means in this season of the Perceptionist Playbook Podcast. We all know the saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but so is perspective. Perspective is also in the eye of the beholder. So this season, I actually want to try somebody else's eyes on for style and maybe see life from other people's perspective for once. And let's see where that takes us. As we know, life has different perspectives. Everybody has different perspectives. And it's important to be able to see things from the lens of somebody else. And so this season, we want to delve in at the deep end and get to know life and experiences, career, business, education from other people's perspectives. And just see life through their eyes, even if it's just for a few minutes on one episode. So make sure you stay tuned for more. And remember, your diversity is your strength. Bye.